Hey, so the day of, Stephen and Miss Elliott get up early with me and they get me down to MD Anderson. We get all checked in and they get me back there. I got my bonnet on, ready to go to surgery. I'm gowned up. I got my IV in. Anesthesia comes to talk to me. Dr. Mansfield comes to talk to me. Everybody's very reassuring. Everything's going great. I get nervous and I was like, hey, get me out of here. I would like to go home now. And they were like, hey, sit back. You're not going home. You're going to be okay. So then, of course, they come and give me the night cocktail, and I go back. They tell them it's going to be about 4 to 6 hours. I go back there, and then I come back. I came back, and I look like this. Girl, what happened to you? You want to know what happened to me? Apparently, I get combative. Apparently, I was combative. And now I look like I was in a hatchet fight and I was the only one without a hatchet. I did not go to surgery looking like that. I came back looking like that, though. I did fight. I did not win. What I did win was I pulled out that NG tube. I told them for months that I did not want that. And they were like, no, you have to have that. I did not have that. I pulled it out. Not my proudest moment, but that's just what happened to me that day. That's just what happened to me. I just got to tell the whole story. I did that. And I was not very nice during my recovery phase. Oopsies. I apologize right now to the nurse that took care of me. I apologize, Mr. Paki recovery nurse man. I knew his name for a long time. I cannot remember his name. If I did, I would say it and I would apologize again. 8 years later, I do apologize. I stayed in the PACU for 24 hours because my respiratory drive was not driving. I remember asking Stephen and Miss Elliott, who are also respiratory therapists, whose respers are 5? They were like, girl, that's you. You need to breathe. I said, I am. But you're not. You're not. I said, yes, I am. And then I would go back to not breathing. So they couldn't give me anything for pain because it was knocking out my respiratory drive. So that was a mess. Then I was mad at whoever's respers were 5. Turns out it was me. So once we got my pain under control and I was a little more alert, I was able to get moved up to my regular room and start my stomachache journey. So in the next video, I'll show you what my first meals started looking like and let you know what that first week looked like. I spent about my first week in the hospital. So we'll talk about what that looked like. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I will talk to you later.